Good morning, leaders. Okay, so bear with me because this was way too much for me to write, and I didn't want you to have to decode my dyslexic English because sometimes it's a lot. So, um, I wanted to come from a place of responsibility, and I wanted to tell you my thought process and responsibility versus victim. So bear with me and stick with me for a few minutes, okay? Because this is gonna go somewhere. So I have a story to tell you. So let's say I woke up late. And I woke up late and I was rushing around and I was running late, but I had an appointment somewhere to be. And I was driving fast, and you know what? And then okay, slow down. Nothing's that important. So then, you know what? Then to get to my destination, I turn right and then I turn left and then I turn right again. And then stop at a stop sign and I'm waiting at that stop sign until the light is green. Now the light turns green and I drive through that green light, and in comes a car, flying through their light, don't see me, side swipes and totally totals my car, and we get in a major accident, okay? Whose fault is it? Or whose responsibility was it that got in that accident? Whose responsibility is it? For real? It was my responsibility. I was the one running late. I was the one that chose to go down that route. I could have picked another route. I could have done a million things to avoid that corner at that time. It was my choice to wake up that morning and go to that appointment. Now, a victim would say that it's the other person's fault, that I'm victim to circumstance, that car came out of nowhere. That was that guy's fault. I tend to not live that way, and you won't hear me be a victim for very long. If I ever have a victim story, I honestly will be like, okay, I need to be a victim for 5 minutes, and then I'm done. I need to vent, and then I'll move on. That's how I operate. That's how I roll. That's how I was taught. I am responsible for every single thing that happens in my life. I am. Somewhere in this almost 2-year journey, I feel I have failed. And hear this, I'm not a failure. So don't get those two wrong, because I am certainly not a failure and I don't see it that way. But I've failed you, and I take responsibility for the leadership that I have provided. Now, I'm not saying this so that you guys go, oh my God, Jen, we love you, you're perfect. No, okay? I get it. I make mistakes all the freaking time. I forget incentives. I'm not very good at follow-up. I mean, I post with my dyslexia when I should really stop and do other things to really fix it. I'm a very spur of the moment, high energy person. So there are some things that absolutely don't work. However, there are lots of things about that do work. But let me get back to the responsibility part. Somewhere along the line, I have not communicated effectively that it is so 100% important that you take care of your own business first. It is not about necessarily training. The first 10 days, at least, as a leader, should be focused on your own personal business. There is absolutely no reason why I shouldn't have communicated to everybody that you should have your 500 in personal sales done by the 8th and the 10th of every month. Somewhere along the line, I haven't been effective in communicating that however you set up the back end of your last month so that you're successful and you're set up to win in the first part of the month, so that you don't have to worry about that. That has to be going. Now, I make sure that I do it And I do believe as the leader goes, so do the followers, okay? But you guys are leaders within yourself. So somewhere I haven't communicated clearly that $500 in your own personal minimum should be done by the 8th and the 10th of the month. And I don't know how else to communicate that. The other thing is that you should be sponsoring. You never should shit on anybody. And I believe that. A leader sponsors every month. You know what? If you're on a slower pace and you want to sponsor one a month because that's what you can focus on, then okay. If you want a faster month, then it needs to be 3 to 5. If you want to Zoom, it's got to be more than that. And then you got to train. So I don't know. Now, some of you have to know, uber proud of you, okay? And I let you know that you've got your 500 done and that you are Zooming. And I talked to a couple of you this morning and you both told me that it's because you planned in December, at the end of December, so that your front end of the month was filled and successful. Now, some of you are really close to being at that 500. But others of you are very far away, and I don't know how to. I'm asking for your help and your support. I want to know, honestly, and I've already, I've self-examined too, but what do you need more from me? What can I do more or differently to be an effective leader for you? I want it. I want you to be successful. I want you to be Black status presenter if that's what you want. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel balanced. What can I do more of? What do you personally need from me so that it can be more effective? All right, darlings, I love you more than you know, okay? I want you all to be successful. And that is just a place of responsibility, okay? Have a fantastic day.